At this point, I have to wonder, how many of you are still interested, legit interested in Calpheon Elvia, and you didn't just move on already, because everyone says the areas are kinda and Elvia Giants isn't really that different. So yeah, let's talk about more Elvia stuff. Giants is an area that requires 290 AP and 370 DP, meaning it should be basically exactly my current gear level. By the way, class use Corsair Succession, while I'm still showing the gear I suppose, with that stuff and yeah, add-ons and tier 4 pets. Yeah, because tier 5s are not yet out. And for the mechanics, we have once again the 4 pictures from the patch notes. It's honestly a very simple area. Just defeat normal monsters, normal packs, and randomly you're gonna spawn these souls in the middle of the packs. It's gonna be multiple of them in your rotation, not just one, and then as you defeat more monsters around these souls, they will harvest the resentment, blah blah blah. Eventually you're gonna see this circle, the purple circle, like that, in the middle of the pack, and then when you walk into it, you get waves of monsters. I believe like 4 waves, which are the same size as a normal pack. I honestly don't see the point of this event, because the spawn animation is pretty slow, and again, it just feels like any other random monster pack. And you might get the elite, the giant fighter, somewhere at the end of these waves. Yeah, sure, fine. He gives you the attack speed buff, 15% attack speed, which is nice, I suppose, for a minute. Let's just say on Corsair, I find this extremely redundant, because my mermaid skills says in their description they do not scale with attack speed, so this buff for me is kinda worthless. The only interesting stuff that could happen is the Gehaku spawn, the boss that you get from the relics, if you remember it, this one. Yeah, it has a chance to spawn after the big giant fighter, which I suppose it's nice to have, and then the real Elvia boss, which you might get this time not even once per hour. Other than that, a very basic grinding spot. In terms of how my hours here went, I did about half of them on stream with slightly slower clearing speed. This is kinda the rotation I used, displays. I would like to point out, don't ever autopath to this node specifically, because I died 3 times doing this AFK. It seems like you get stuck and just die from monsters, so I guess watch out for that. And really nothing else to it. Looking at the bank, this is the result after my 7.5 hours-ish spent here. Inventory management, as you can already see, didn't fill even 2 rows, so easy, just nothing special. That's kind of the vibe you get from this area. And yeah, let's take a look at Excel, the conclusion, the result, this, basically the spreadsheet. You know how to read it at this point, like it looks so empty because there's just not much that drops. Untaxed items, taxed items, if you're interested, I updated these prices. Again, the script doesn't have them, so they don't auto-update. This is currently what the special thingies sell for, the yellows, the purples, the drop per each hour. The bosses that I spawned, first hour I tested Agris Efficiency, so it was blue plus Agris for the boss as well. Third hour I forgot to turn on Agris, so this is the loot from the boss on just yellow loot scroll, and 525 for the last hour on yellow plus Agris, which is kinda what you should do. Only 3 bosses spawned for me in about 7.5 hours. Hour 6 I spawned or dropped the yellow event thingy, this in the background where you pick an item and you get the yellow circle. Seems interesting, it gives you a mini buff, similar to the normal boss where you clear faster, you kill monsters faster. It seems to be extremely rare. I would rather take a boss, honestly, instead of the yellow event. Other than that, blue plus Agris first hour, as I said, this is estimation and scaled everything up to per hour trash. Hour 2 interrupted, 47 grinded with this trash on stream. Hour 4 I tried to grind on Valk for the very first hour, a high-end area, and it was slower speed to say the least. And last hour, my best hour yet, off stream, full speed, full focus, testing experience. This is the best I was able to achieve. Almost 9,000 trash on yellow loot scroll. My average came down to 7.7, you could say 8,000 with a boss trash included, but this is really slow. I would not say that these are the official money per hour numbers. Honestly, if you focus and you practice a bit, you should get 9,000 trash per hour, or at the very least 8.5 on yellow, which means these are your money per hour results. About 500 million silver on yellow, 450 on blue is kinda what you should expect. And Agris efficiency wise, I tested this with these numbers here. To long story short, this includes this 12.5 thousand trash, includes the boss as well that spawned. I did the math with the different types of trash, blah blah blah, 40,000 points burned and efficiency this. But then I wanted to scale this up to this 9,000 trash speed to grind faster, but I did not include the boss trash, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's slightly different efficiency. It is about 15.6, 15.7, which means middle of the road. It's not bad, it's not amazing, it's a whatever area for Agris. For the loot scroll difference, 33% scaling, adding today's results in the calculator converted into blue, you know the drill at this point, 44% conclusion, which means you're wasting too much. 56%-ish at least. I would only recommend this place on blue loot scroll alone or blue plus Agris if you wanna burn Agris. Moving on into Garmoth, it's pretty much the exact same conclusion, 440 million silver with my poop clearing speed. This should be on the scaled up 9,000 trash, around 500 million silver per hour. Again on yellow. The distribution, if you're interested, what happened per hour with the not 1 hour sessions, the one done on Valk. Yeah, the items. And lastly, for today, it's always experience. In this case, it is a little bit worse than the Sonios because it was tested 8.7 thousand trash per hour on yellow for speed. I'm pretty sure if I had, let's say, 10,000 trash per hour, then this would match the Sonios result, but TLDR, it's good enough experience. It matches what most other Elvia areas should be able to get. And the same story goes for skill points right here. It's basically nothing amazing. If anything, it's kind of bad. This is how it would compare to the old charts, the old results for experience and skill points, so you can see more numbers. Which brings us to the conclusion, and yeah, I really am not that hyped or excited. Let's just say I am disappointed because I expected Calpheon Elvia to be exciting, and the reason why I'm disappointed is because if you look at the marketplace, at least on EU and probably on NA as well, the Scorching Sun Shards, the purples, and the Crystallized Despair thingies, the yellows, they are finally starting to just simply sit on the marketplace. Why do you grind Calpheon Elvia? You grind it because of the materials, right? That's the only reason to be here, because profit-wise it's not really amazing. Which means if the items sit on the marketplace, why would you grind Calpheon Elvia? Just go to Centaurs, whatever, make 1 billion per hour, like make more money, and then buy the materials from the marketplace. It essentially defeats the purpose of Calpheon Elvia existing for a player like myself. And yeah, I will leave it at that. Leave a comment to let me know what is your opinion about with these areas. From what feedback I got, only Hexe and Trolls are worth grinding. Everything else in Calpheon is whatever. I'll see you next time with a different area. Like the video if you enjoyed it, to put a smile on my face. Leave a comment with the feedbacks, blah blah blah, metrics, engagements, memberships. Become a member if you want to support the channel and such, and have a good evening. Bye bye.